Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy OCZ Savage. Today we jumping into another deck build. In this one, we got a super overpowered melee build on Holly and on Hang. And this one's really good for no hope. Now, what we're going to be rocking is some of the newer Act 6 cards. So we're going to be using Wasteland Chef. That's going to allow you to melee food items and get gourmet dinners or mediocre meals. And then we're also going to be rocking Hazmat Specialist. That's going to give us 35% more acid resistance. And then on top of that, we're even going to be using Cleansing Fire, which is going to give us stacks of damage each time you're on fire. And it also gives you another 43% fire resistance. So we're definitely going to have way more resistance, way more fire and poison resistance, which is going to help you not die to, the acid zombies, the poison zombies. Now, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys smack that like button so that way this can reach all the new Back for Blooders looking to check out the new cards. And then also, too, make sure you guys hit that sub button. We got way more on the way. We got Fire Damage Walker. We got Shotgun Tala, Bow Tala. So, definitely got some super strong things coming. Now, jumping into the deck. Again, this is going to be really, really strong. So we're going to still be rocking like our well rested, our EMT bag. We're still going to have a whole lot of healing. But with using the new cards with the fire resistance, the poison resistance, you're definitely going to be that much more tankier. Now with some of the new corruption cards like Terrifying Hordes, you will actually take trauma damage over the course of time each time a horde gets called. But if you stand next to your teammates, they give you like attack speed buffs, damage buffs, so I think that's really dope. And then of course with the new Jeff being added, you'll be able to pick up a whistle in your quick slot, and then as a team you guys can call them out one at a time. So I think Jeff's really dope. Now with the poison resistance, as you can see here, we're literally standing in poison. I'm getting, spit on by the spitter. They're shooting poison at you. Literally nothing is happening. So I will literally just be standing in the fire, literally just standing in the poison, still meleeing. And then if you rock Hazmat Suit, the burn card, I'm telling you right now, mixed with scar tissue, you're not taking any acid damage at all, which is really, really dope because you can just stand there, melee. You don't have to back up. You don't have to get out of the way. And then they also added in attachments to the melee weapons. So you just want to make sure that before the maps, look inside of the store, save your money. Because if you can find this, titanium spikes, that's another 20% easy damage right there just from the attachment. So definitely super fire. Now what I'm going to do first, we're going to go over some of the newer cards. Then we're going to go over the cards in the deck. So jumping into some of the newer cards, of course they added the bow attack speed to Brazen, and then the bow attack speed to Slugger. We also got the Sonic Disruptor. This goes into your offensive slot. It'll emit a pulse, which will help knock down mutations and knocks an armor off of them. Hazmat Suit, this is the one that gives you the acid resistance. Also with that, if you kill a mutation that is bait jarred, it has a 20% chance of dropping another bait jar. Then we got the Wasteland Chef. We got the Phosphorus Tipped. And those two cards are really, really good. We're going to be using Wasteland Chef. Then we got the Drone Spotter. This is going to mark mutations every 7 seconds. So like tall boys, things like that. We got the Ether Bomb. You throw that, all the rating comes to you, but you slow down. We got Empowered Assault. Each time you stumble or kill a mutation, the next time you hit a mutation, that's a stumble. Then we got Cleansing Fire. That's what's going to give us our fire resistance and then our 5% damage each time you're on fire. So with the new cards alone, you can obviously see those are super duper good. Jumping into the build that we're using. So we're going to be rocking the down in front. We got the Hazmat Suit, the Hazmat Specialist. We got the Wasteland Chef. We're going to throw Scar Tissue in there. We're going to throw Cleansing Fire in there. And then we're going to be rocking the Food Scavenger. Now, the cool thing about this build is you're going to be super tanky. And then if you do get like a lot of trauma damage or you have a lot of health done to you, all you gotta do is melee a food item, try to get yourself a mediocre meal. That'll give you 3% life for the rest of the map. Or you can try to find a gourmet dinner, which will give you 8% trauma back, or I'm sorry, 8 trauma back and 8 health. Now, as far as variations, if you want to rock combat knife, take off spiky bits, throw on combat knife, and then each time that you melee with the combat knife on the food item, it's going to give you a gourmet dinner like every other time. So you can go like that. Or another variation, if you don't necessarily want to use the combat knife, you can actually take that off and maybe just go Vanguard. That'll give you overall healing over the course of the map. That's a lot more healing. Or even if you want to as well, if you do it on hang, you could just put on food scavenger and not even use wasteland chef. Just with the extra 2 cards, the cleansing fire and the hazmat specialist, you're going to be tanky anyways. So I would say rock those 3 variations, whether it be wasteland chef, food scavenger, combat knife, or you could just rock the cleansing fire with the hazmat specialist and throw on Vanguard. So I think those are really good. Now another thing they did as well, so for bots, they used to have fit as a fiddle. So I know a lot of you guys used to ask, how do you have that long blue bar, when you're meleeing? I can't get that blue bar. So what'll happen is I'll start a match, there might be 1 or 2 bots and a real person, or like 1 bot and 2 real people. So we'll still get the fit as a fiddle from the bot. You see what I'm saying? And then if I'm rocking fit as a fiddle, it just makes the bar super long. So they actually took that off. They made it to where the bots just have like medical expert, well fed, inspire and sacrifice. So I definitely love the fact that they did that, because in my instance, I will just publicly play. People will come, people will leave, and then, maybe we all die, the whole team leaves. And then I just start up the next map myself with the continue, and I just have bots. So I really like the fact that the bots don't have those buffed cards anymore. Now, anytime that you're doing builds or you're playing with bots, it doesn't make any difference to your build. The only thing that's going to be different is that you're going to have more life from the well-fed. And I think that's a really good trade-off. And another cool thing they did as well, or maybe it's just with this part, they made it to where people actually spawn in on no hope. So after I kill everything right here, the bots are actually going to spawn, all 3 of them on no hope. So I think that's pretty crazy. Down in the comments, let me know what you guys are thinking about the new cards. How do you like that hazmat specialist, the cleansing fire? As you can see here, I'm literally standing inside of poison, not taking any damage. If anything that's on fire runs up, you're going to get more damage. So I definitely think this build is super strong. I ended up running through all of Act 6 with Holly. And I did a little bit with Hang. And I was breezing right through it. And then if you ever do take that much damage to where you have trauma, all you got to do is run up on a food item, melee it, and get yourself a gourmet dinner. So definitely go out and try this build. I think it's super duper fun, super duper easy to use. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in on the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.